everybody's talking about Tom Brady and his future because it looks like all there is a future. It doesn't look like there's much of a present with this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. They're 6-7, Rob. They still may win the worst division in the NFC, and that's saying something. When you're the worst division in this year's NFC,
right?
I mean, that's saying a lot because this is the worst and the most wide open I've seen the NFC in a long time.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, it just started off weird. Teams were bad. I don't know. It just was weird this year. I can't put my finger on it.
What happened, if I read, let's see. I mean, Russell Wilson, who obviously hasn't played.
Everybody thought, boom,
but he went to the AFC, right? Devontae Adams left Green Bay, which obviously hurt them to go to the AFC. Was that it? Were there? I mean,
well, even with Tampa Bay, when Tom Brady talked about, I see a lot of bad football. You remember early on in the season? I mean, there was a lot of games that they couldn't score in the red zone. They had issues. I mean, it just seemed like it was disjointed. I guess that's what I should say.
And when you look at a lot of the best let's be honest, the best quarterbacks in the league right now, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. Not that they're the top four, but they're at the top level. They're in the AFC. You got Jalen Hurts, who kind of surprised us, but he's in the NFC. Aaron Rodgers is down. Tom Brady is down. Matt Stafford is hurt and was down.
But was down before he got hurt. Right. He wasn't playing well.
So, that's a big part of it, Rob, that the top quarterbacks, most of them, are in the AFC. So, hence the best teams in the AFC. But anyway, so Tom Brady, some insiders, Rob, think he's going to retire, but a lot don't. And in The Athletic today, they did a story on 6 possible landing spots for Brady, maybe the 6 most likeliest or 6 likeliest if he does not retire. Now, obviously, I'm going to throw these out to you, and I want to get your thoughts. Obviously, there's Tampa Bay. There's San Francisco. There is the New York Jets. This is all according to The Athletic. The Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders, where his, offensive coordinator he has so much success with, Josh McDaniels, is the head coach. The Tennessee Titans, who definitely need a quarterback. And the New England Patriots. So what do you think? What do you think of these possibilities, Rob?
Well, I don't. There's a couple I don't think he's coming back.
Let's go one at a time. Okay. Yeah, let's go. I'm sorry. I do not see a reunion in New England with Bill Belichick. I just don't. Do you?
I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't see him staying in Tampa Bay. What was the other? Leave Vegas for last. I mean, but what was the other one?
Let's talk about New England first, though. We got to flesh some of these out.
I
don't see New England because, Rob, when he left there, he left in large part because they didn't have enough weapons. And he can't carry a team anymore that doesn't have great weapons. He got better weapons in Tampa Bay as far as the skill positions, the receivers. So I don't see why. And I also think Belichick may want to win without Brady. Brady won without him. I think he probably wants to show he can win without Brady. I don't think he will win a Super Bowl. But I don't see – I see very little chance. I don't see Brady wanting to go back there. Brady said he doesn't want to go back and play in the cold after he left there. And I don't see Belichick particularly wanting him.
Yeah, I don't. I just don't see that reunion. I really don't. The way he left, the whole situation. They're not. What are they close to winning, Chris?
That's the thing. To me, he's only going, Rob, to a place where they have a great chance.
If you're going to play at this age, I mean, are you kidding? Right?
They're not close. They're not close enough for Tom Brady to bring him there. I don't think at this point. Tampa Bay. I'm with you. I don't see him going back, barring some type of miracle finish.
Yeah,
I mean, he wanted to leave. It seems like, I mean, he retired
until they fired Bruce Arians. I mean, until Bruce Arians left and went upstairs.
It seems like he wants to go. Look, Bruce Arians. They may not have gotten along, but they were better off with Bruce Arians as the head coach. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but Brady didn't want him. It didn't seem like it because it was just weird. I don't see him staying in Tampa. What's the other options?
Tennessee.
Keep going.
I like Tennessee.
Keep going.
Ryan Tannehill.
No, I'm just saying. I think there are better spots than that.
Derrick Henry is there. They've really fallen off. They were stupid to let A.J. Brown go. I'm sorry, just stupid. You see what he's doing in Philadelphia with a mediocre at best quarterback. They really could have used A.J. Brown. But Tennessee's not bad, but I agree there are better places. The Las Vegas Raiders.
I think
Devontae Adams, Josh McDaniels.
I think that's the slam dunk right there.
Slam dunk, really?
Slam dunk. Yeah, because of Josh McDaniels and to have a guy like Devontae, which would bail Brady out. You know what I mean? Like you have a playmaker. You know, he would salivate for a guy like that.
Got a good running game with Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is good, Chris. What don't that team was supposed to be playing good with Derek Carr.
They got to get better defensively.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be bad. I think there's a better place, but that may not be open. But the Raiders make some sense. A lot of people feel like, Rob, they're going to get rid of Derek Carr. And I think it's time. Hey, Derek Carr, he's just, I don't even know how to describe him, Rob, because he's good, but he ain't good enough. He doesn't get it done. I mean, it's just as simple as that, Rob.
He hasn't got it done.
I think it's time for them to move it on, right? He had the one good year where they went 12-4. And individually, he's been all right here and there, and mostly here. But he hasn't been able to lead to consistent winning. And so something is missing there. So, yeah, I think that makes some sense. The New York Jets. They got Rob. They did a great job drafting Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall.
They got players.
They got some young go-getters. I mean, they really do. I don't think would be my first spot if I'm Tom Brady, but that doesn't look bad.
And it would be a chance to rub it into Bill Belichick's face, who owns the Jets.
Good point. That's a great point. However, here's the downside. Because remember, all those years in New England, the division was pretty bad when he was there, right?
A layup, like automatic 6 wins. Like
you don't have to worry about Belichick and the Patriots, but you got to worry about Josh Allen and the Bills. And maybe Tua and the Dolphins.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
the thing.
That's not going to work. That's a good point.
If I was him, I'm that alone, unless that's my only choice, would deter me. Now, here's the one I think right now looks like the best fit, Rob. But it depends on how things go. I mean, I'm talking about the San Francisco 49ers. But what if Brock Purdy somehow leads them, let's just say, to the Super Bowl?
Well, Brady's from the Bay Area, right? So
it
would be going home. Do we think
he's long kind of wanted to play for them?
Yeah, well, because he was a Joe Montana fan growing up.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And they've got everything. They got the skill positions on the outside with the receivers. They got the tight end, which we know he loves, and Kittle. Great running game. And you got McCaffrey there. Great defense. Like everything there, Rob, is set up for him. And you have a creative play caller. No matter what you might think of Kyle Shanahan, he's obviously a creative play caller.
But I don't think
that would be great. But it depends on how this season goes. Yeah. And I'm not saying they're gonna win it with Brock Purdy. I think Philadelphia is better than them.
But I also don't think that Brady and Shanahan could be oil and water in that Shanahan wants to solidify himself as somebody, like a genius, a football guy.
That's fair.
And Brady will not enhance that, Chris. Like that.
No,
that does nothing for Kyle
if
Shanahan.
If they win it, guess who's getting all the credit?
It's going to be about Brady.
Right.
It is.
Nah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Rob. I think right now Kyle Shanahan is feeling himself a little bit. Like,
he is, Chris.
His bride said 7th round pick. Nobody thought he could play.
Look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing.
No, I am certain there is some of that. I think, Rob, he felt, at least initially, that some of that with Jimmy G. Back up to Brady, comes there, and now he's playing with, obviously they've fallen out of love with him. But initially, I think that might have been some of it. And, I definitely think he's feeling that. And I think he would have, Rob, Trey Lance, kid from Division I AA.
Yeah, nobody saw what I saw.
Right.
That's why we moved up. That's why we did what we did. This kid, we're going to wait till he starts slinging the ball around with my plays, Chris. I'm going to show you what I can do in football.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good point, whether or not that would be the fit. We seem to agree. I mean, obviously, I do like San Francisco.
No, it makes sense.
You like the Raiders more.
I just like the Raiders because of where they are.
It makes sense. I mean, they're not as good. They should be better.
Right.
Yeah, they should be better. So,
and I think they can get off of Derek Carr.
Derek Carr, they can let go.
They can let go and save money, right?
Yep, or trade him.